Hey, so are you one of those parents who is at home with kids and life has really changed because of the coronavirus pandemic? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that in this video.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome. Coach Tanya with Critical Bench, holistic health practitioner, joined by my friend and colleague, Samantha. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So for those of you, I mean, some of you have probably met Samantha in some videos we've done because we've done a couple together. You may have heard her on our podcast. But Samantha she's kind of all departments here. I always call Samantha the glue because without her, everything here would fall apart. She does absolutely everything. But Samantha is also one of the most grounded, authentic people I know. She is a mom. She works full time. She drives from the woman is so busy and she's always so calm. So I thought who better to talk to about being a mom and having kids during everything that's happening right now than Samantha, because she can be very logical and very real about it all. So coronavirus, it's everywhere. You can't turn on a computer or a radio. It's all over the place. And if you have children, life has changed. Now, Your girls are elementary school age.
Yep.
Yeah. I have now my kids are young adults. So two very different genres or populations, but managing, not that they have to be managed, but it can be a time where they can, if you have a really intuitive child, be very perceptive that things are really different because all of a sudden you can't even go to the beach.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about how kind of the dynamic in the home has changed since all of this has happened. Now girls are home from school and you're working here full time, and how do you manage all this and answer their questions and now pretty much homeschooling?
Right. I mean, for the most part, things haven't really changed all that much for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we stay home a lot. We're homebodies. We enjoy being at home together. There's a lot of times, I've said even to you while we're here, I'm like, man, I wish I had more time at home with my kids, or I wish I had more time at home to get stuff done because there's so much to do all the time and we're always rushing from one thing to another.
Right.
But now, we're able to just sit down, stay at home, be with each other, and it's been really nice. I mean, kind of peaceful almost, and I know that's not the case for everybody. But my husband and I will talk about the news and what's going on, so I'm sure they hear things about coronavirus and staying at home and what we are supposed to do, not do right now. Mm-hmm. But they haven't asked a ton of questions, and when we do, they're like, we're just telling them, there's just a sickness. We're just trying to make sure that we don't get sick and we don't get anybody else sick. But I don't panic them about, what is or isn't happening with the economy or, what happens if we do get sick.
The stock market, they're not all that interested.
Yeah, no, not really. But so for the most part, it's just kind of life as normal for us right now. It's a little bit more crazy, but
I like what you said about actually the part about being at home, because having time at home, say on a weekend, you're home, your kids are home, your husband's home, so you actually have family time together. But I'm guessing that pre-coronavirus, it was a busier time home than now, because now with things shut and canceled, no sports, can't go to a restaurant.
Right.
You actually have to be in the home together. So they're probably probably kind of bring down the speed tremendously, which would be nice.
Yeah. It's a different level of peace. We're not rushing to get out the door to soccer practice or to school, because we leave our house at 7:00 in the morning to get to school and work. So it's just quiet and
nice.
Not as hectic.
Yeah.
But I know that's not the case for most
people.
And
we're going to get to that because again, depending on the age and depending how, if you have an overly sensitive child.
Right.
But I also like what you said about how you and your husband will, you'll watch the news or you'll see things and you'll talk about it, but it's not like you were freaking out in the home about it, because I think as a parent, if you're coming across as very anxious and very scared, your kids are going to pick up on that. You can sit there and talk with them and tell them, everything's fine, everything's calm, we're doing this because, but if the minute you walk away from that conversation and they hear, see, sense panic, then they're going to know that you're not being straight with them.
Right. And we walked the girls through Target, early on when the shelves were just starting to be bare, and they were like, wow. They were like, well, let's just go grab some paper towels. I was like, there aren't any paper towels. Here's the aisle. they're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone. So I wasn't saying that to panic them,
No.
just show them like
Puts
the
it into
reality
perspective.
of, things that they might hear, or there's no panic or angst that I'm trying to instill in them.
Right.
It's just show them the reality of the situation. Like,
This is why you get one paper
Right,
towel at supper
exactly.
time, and you
Only
use it
one.
until it's totally full.
covered in spaghetti sauce.
Covered in spaghetti sauce. I love it. So yeah, I love your take on it. I love how you just because what are you going to do? What are you going to do differently? You can't. I mean, if they can't go to school, they can't go to school. So that's changed a bit. Now there's the work is coming home, and there's probably a lot more you need to do. And I know Samantha's very involved with kids and homework and supporting her, all of that. But all of a sudden, homework and schooling has taken a whole shift.
Right. Now it's at home schooling with teachers involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus work, plus
Laundry, dogs, housework.
So have to cook, but now there's almost more cooking. So there's
I would
breakfast,
think,
lunch,
yeah.
and dinner, and then there's always snacks. Everybody always wants snacks.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of dishes.
More people in the
dishes.
house during the day, than was before. But I guess the mindset and what you make of it. I mean, you can make it a panic situation in the home, which doesn't help because there's enough I think of panic that's happening out there.
Sure.
So to bring that into your house isn't going to really help anything.
Right.
Now, what do you think of that? Now, my kids are older, but they're young adults, so they're all college age kids, and one is still working almost full time and going to college full time. The youngest one is still working. He works at Target Supercenter, so he's or Superstore, so he's still working full time. My daughter, who got back from overseas, she's kind of came back at the time where she was hoping to go back into the workforce, but there's not a lot of options right now for her. So their perspective is a little different. They're all thinking more about what, making money, saving money, because there's things they want to do, like go to school, get a vehicle, leave home, all of that stuff.
Right.
But and we were talking with our coworker, Brian, what about these 14, 15, and 16-year-olds? Because I can remember, I was a good kid, but I can't imagine being high school age, junior high, and where your friends and all of this, your social life is such a big part of who you are, and all of a sudden,
Right.
if I had to be at home 24/7 with my parents, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've we've heard from some parents with teenage kids how trying to enforce the social distancing, but they're trying to sneak out. They want to see their friends. There's just more arguments and tension because they get it, but they're just angry about it.
Right. Well, at least now they have FaceTime, or, there's so much social media. That's a really good way to
you
keep in touch with
connect.
everybody.
I know,
Right.
exactly. I was saying that in an earlier video today, how really if there were a time that you had to be somewhat isolated or
Right.
self-quarantined or on lockdown or whatever you want to call it,
Now's the
how
time.
bad is it?
Yeah.
How bad is it?
Right.
Because you can, at the click of a button, be face to face with your friend, having a coffee,
Right.
talking about how awful your life is.
Right. There's Netflix now has a watch party. You can watch the same movie at the same time with your friends and chat online with them. Or I don't really know how it works, but that's actually a cool
So an
suggestion.
interactive
maybe.
almost. Did you hear
Good way
that,
to-
parents?
Watch a fun movie with your friends without having to be in the same room.
That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. That's a really good
Really.
idea. Okay, so if you were talking to another mom or a couple moms and they were really anxious, what is 1 to 3 things you would say to them about maybe I don't know if the right phrase is how to talk to their kids, or just sort of how to be in that home environment during everything that's happening, because there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, we don't know what we don't know, and every day there seems to be some new information or new data. We're learning this as we go, but some people are living scared right now, and that's probably coming home with them. So what would you tell those moms and dads?
For one, turn the news off. Yeah. I've gone into homes where the news is just in the background all the time. Just turn it off. Nobody needs to hear everything that's going on all the time.
Yeah.
If you need updates, there's text alerts from the cities for the most part. like those will give you the things that you need. And then, you know, if you want to look at stuff on your own time on your phone, but turn the news off. The whole family doesn't need to be overrun by the media. I mean, just in general, put your phones down and spend time with your family.
Exactly. It's a really, when you think about it, it's a really good time to connect. And I think that as busy as life is, it's come to a very sudden stop for a lot of people, and it's pulled their circle into that family unit space again. And I can't, like, what better time to actually start reconnect, like, not that you're disconnected, but we're always running in opposite directions at the same time. One parent's coaching this sport, one parent's taking the other one to dance lessons. Someone's volunteering here, someone's then driving to work. Like, it's such a busy life, and all of a sudden it's not. So there's no excuse.
I mean, now you can have the game nights, the movie nights, the just quality family time, which, you know, maybe stock up on a few extra bottles of wine just for your own
for your own anxiety.
But, you know, just there's things that you can do together as a family that we don't get to do anymore because we're all so busy and everybody's going 1,000 different directions, like you were just saying. So,
a great time to reconnect. And I think probably a lot of times I'm a big believer that, you know, your behavior very much has a greater impact than your words. So you can, I mean, if you do have an inquisitive child or a child that's hearing things and they're kind of like, well, how come, what do you mean we can't go to the beach? How come we can't go how come we can't go to McDonald's? How come we can't do this? How come we can't do that? And it can make them anxious. Really making the most of that family time now and spending time and just being calm and in that environment, laughing and joking. And when you do that, it's amazing how much your kids will talk and what they'll tell you. But creating that kind of emotional, peaceful place is probably the best thing to keep everybody calm, including your kids, through it. And you know, you might even be able to convince your teenagers to get involved in game night. Throw a little real money on the table and teach them how to play poker.
There you go. I like that.
You know, or barter like chores, like, you know, make it a challenge. Like they can get out of doing certain chores, or they can get, you know, when this is over and all of a sudden the beaches are open again or something, where you can take the car and 3 of your friends. Like use the time to your advantage, negotiate.
I saw one really good idea. A mom used Monopoly money for her kid for this, you know, to keep them from eating all the snacks or just spending time, you know, the whole time on social media. She assigned chores different amounts of Monopoly money. Like fold laundry gets you $50 in Monopoly money. $50 in Monopoly money will get you these particular snacks or X amount of time on social media. Or Kindle or video game or whatever it is. That's a cool idea that you can incorporate with little kids and older kids too.
I love it. I love it. So this is a really good time to be creative with things. It certainly is a time that doesn't need to increase the anxiety in the home. Just bring it down, get centered, get real. You know, this is how it is for all of us. So use it to have fun. Get back into family life, have fun. Because once this is over, we're all going to go back to racing. Although what I do hope is that after this and getting back into sort of what is the normal routine of the planet, that maybe there might be, whether it's a night a week or one weekend a month, where families kind of go, you know what, let's make this a part of our regular family life. Every Wednesday is game night, or you know, I'm still going to give you the Monopoly money if you fold the laundry, and you're still going to earn rewards with it.
It's a great time to create new habits just inside your household.
Absolutely.
For everybody.
Absolutely. And speaking of habits, if you want to click that pinned comment below, we have a free PDF report, 5 things you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones. And that might be sort of a fun thing to sit down, especially maybe with younger kids too, to talk about. This is why washing your hands is so important. This is why eating well is so important. So you might be able to give them $20 Monopoly money if they eat all their vegetables, if they're picky eaters. So go through the PDF with them, make it fun, make it a game. Ask them for ideas and suggestions, like how can we use these things and do them every day? Make it a chart on the fridge and everybody earns points. I don't know, but click that pinned comment for the free PDF. Make it fun for them. Go through it with them. And I think we got it covered. Good job. We'll fist pump because we're closer than 6 feet apart.
Pour a glass of wine.
I think so. It's been, we've solved all the problems of the world today. Thanks for joining me, Samantha.
Absolutely. It was fun.
Great. Well, Coach Tanya here with Critical Bench, and Samantha, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our great video content. Be well, be safe, take care. We'll talk to you soon.